sure it's not serious? The Traveler's been— Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that she's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry. Oh, are you awake now? Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Paimon was in such a— This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol. Oh, no thanks are necessary. I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. Before I forget, Master mentioned you— whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with the— Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time—
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge him a— So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now it is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense in hopes of asking directions. You two followed a scholar named Hypatia into— That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense? Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on.
Yes, Master Tainari. Wait, hold on a sec.
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further
observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Ooh, are you—
You're experiencing a similar sensation as well. So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely the rainforest is home to many fear. For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off. Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? With just a— Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but, Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here! What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be? Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw... Oh, Paimon gets it. Well, that settles it then. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty... Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds.
All right, next let's see your right hand. But please remember that you still need to be careful.
Yes, I will.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides,
But I have a vision too!
don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah! Since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tainari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest.
Yes, you... So, Kale, what Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but... Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities. As for Master, well, today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps. Paimon, Traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. The Statue of the Seven is up on top of that. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with the... by the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kus...
Huh? Greater Lord... Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared. According to what Masters told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sarah.
Uh-huh.
Well, and then...
Huh? You're not too sure?
Yeah,
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say there's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help it. Sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but...
Sorry.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber, so...
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler, and I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering it... Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. Really. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for...
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukud.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. So that's...
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right?
You both have my thanks. Well, you two are up...
Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's... Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali? The name does seem to fit the Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale. Kale, we're back!
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that...
Yay! Food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey! Don't be a party pooper! It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides,
I prepared a nice portable dish that... what?
No!
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh. Whew. Those pitas are amazing! Thank goodness you wrapped them in
You really know how... Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking...
Yay! Thanks, Oh, so, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. But Master's actually... Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants. Sages from the Academia have written him many times, but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the Academia. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make people.
Really? Paimon would... Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out. Yeah, Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why? Is she going to die?
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kale's starting to... Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimonic...
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale.
No, I just...
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm fine. Oh, well, it's getting late now.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden?
Ah, Traveler. You've returned.
Yep, we're back!
Oh, Kale?
Oh, okay.
The rainforest is the best place to live.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be.
The rainforest.
Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition.
You mean she's sick? How could she be...
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now.
So, Tainari, what's...
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale... All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still... Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a...
What? The Fatu?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience...
Oh, Paimon had no...
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday.
She doesn't need to apologize.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next... Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee...
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. All right. Now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you.
Yeah, we'd like to do.
All right, but I must warn you two.
No problem.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as Nilotpala lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with...
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Nilotpala lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Nilotpala lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
There should be Nilotpala lotuses growing somewhere. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered.
All right, we've gathered enough Nilotpala lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey, Tainari, we found the...
Let me take a look. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? Let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area. So we decided...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough...
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any close.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back...
Wait, Tainari, why don't...
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in this. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't... As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist...
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, we typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception. Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Oh, Paimon doesn't like...
That is the Withering. All right, Traveler. We're going to have to enter that Withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the Withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be... Thank you. But I must warn you. Don't push yourself. This is your... Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the Withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return out... You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the Withering zone.
Lightning slash! Take this! Punishment! Judgment! Yeah! 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 You can't run! Allow me! Hold the line! Boom boom! Motion to compel! Yeah. Lightning slash! You can't run! Lightning flash! Incinerate! Boom boom!
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Uphill battle! Hold the line! Yeah! Motion to compel! Take this! Lights out! Judgment! Boom boom!
Now, destroy the tumor of the withering!
We did it!
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did.
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants, and most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case.
Huh? But what?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows down. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cap. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient time. Khan is known as the god of wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power. And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until it. All right, that's enough on this topic for the time being.
Rest and rebuild!
Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that? Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived.
Oh, her?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh?
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave, she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon,
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations?
let's find out. Here. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not... But wait, how'd you know that she'd be okay?
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then that she would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the... When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of spirit...
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us?
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she... Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. No. I should be the one.
Yesterday, total of 5 Duskbirds.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Are you up?
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait. Huh? How'd things out here end up... What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh... Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Incinerate! Thunderclap! Torrent, bring refuge! Ha! Ja! Ha! Ja!
You can't run!
Motion to compel! Ja! Take this! Ja! Ja! Ha! Ja! 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 Ha! Ja! Ha! Ja! 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 Ha! Ja! Breath of the flame! Incinerate! Yeah!
Punishment!
Hold the line! Ha! Ha! Yeah! 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 Ha! Ha! Rest and rebuild! Motion to compel!